Hello, I'm Jesse with American Radon Mitigation. Today we're just wrapping up our 7th day on installing a radon system in this house. It was built in 1957, had an initial radon level of 4 picocuries, and it's got a few oddities, and it's just something different. It's under construction. The homeowner bought this house with the intention of adding an addition on the back there, or on the side. So he demoed the garage, added a sport court and a golf simulator, and then added that garage above it. And then he kind of started creeping into the house further than he wanted to, because he kind of found out his lipstick on a pig. So we've got a record 8 suction points in this house. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how it turned out. All right, so we'll start at the top and work our way down. So we've got our pipe that comes up from this crawl space right here. We got a 4-inch pipe here. Goes up, jogs over, and it's wrapped in that flex duct. And then we've got the RN4 set to, I think it's around 70 or 80%. We'll come back when the house is further finished and kind of dial everything in. But then it exhausts up through the roof. So the electrician's got it wired, we got it labeled, we got the light. Everything is good to go up here. So let's head down in the basement and we'll take a look down there. All right, so these stairs come down from the garage, and we were just up in the room above this crawl space, and that's where our main suction point, or our main system ran up in that 4-inch. So we've got a suction point in this crawl space. I have spent enough time in there. I'm not gonna go crawl in there again, but our first suction point is in the crawl space. Our pipe comes up through the rim joist, and then it's right in this chase here, and goes down to our first suction point where we've got a valve to balance the flow when we need to. And then it runs up and over through the floor joist here. And it comes into this mechanical room. Drops down to a suction point here where we'll have our alarm and manometer. And then it continues towards that left side of the house. So it comes over this bathroom, through here, and we've got a suction point in here. We found sub-slab ductwork that was abandoned. So we put a suction point on it, cemented it, and that allowed us to get better PFE in the center part of the house. And then this portion of the house, the original house, has aftermarket drain tile all the way around it. So we've pulled sump suction on that. We've got our disconnect, so we can take this apart. We've got a valve on every suction point, so we'll come back, like I said, and balance everything. But then our pipe continues up over here and ties into the drain tile on the far side of the house here. So we come down over this closet and drop down, and then we've got a valve there as well. So let's head down to the sport court and show you the challenges we ran into there. Oh, and then one other thing to mention is aftermarket drain tile is notoriously really leaky. So we ended up sealing along the bottom, and then I got a froth pack and froth packed the top of the open block cores all the way around. So that helped kind of dial in the energy efficiency. All right, so coming down from the basement, now we're in the golf simulator. We've got the garage above us, and then we've got the sport court, which is even lower in the ground than this golf simulator. The golf simulator and the sport court are new, so they have rock and drain tile under the slab, or at least they're supposed to. And it's got radiant heat in the floor too, so we couldn't just drill a hole willy-nilly, and it is not hooked up yet. So we had Nick from Radar Guys come out and use ground penetrating radar to find the Wurzbo, or the radiant heat lines in the floor. And he can also see how thick the concrete was. So this room is just gonna be totally open like this, besides the drywall. We wanted to be in that front corner there, but the concrete was too thick, the radiant lines were in the way. So we couldn't go there. All the radiant for the sport court and everything comes down right here. So Nick did some scans for us, found under the stairs worked. So we put a suction point in there before the stairs were there. And there wasn't rock there, there was just clay. So John dug like a 40-gallon suction point, trying to get into the rock. We couldn't get into the rock, which meant we weren't reaching in that sport court, and we had pretty weak pressure field extension in this area of the golf simulator. So it's been like a month, and I finally got a hold of somebody. The excavator knew that, hey, they were originally going to do concrete steps here. So he goes, I had a bunch of clay here. And then they kind of started coming together because the drain tile wasn't there, the rock wasn't there, and the drain tile guys and the rock guys said it should be there. So that helped us determine that we couldn't have a suction point in that corner because of the concrete guys maybe just spread that clay around or there wasn't rock there. But anyways, that brings us to today. We knew we weren't reaching the sport court very well, and drywall is happening next week, so it was kind of now or never. So we came back and we were looking at other areas with the homeowner where he wouldn't mind having a pipe come out into the sport court or into this golf simulator so that we could reach the sport court. And he didn't really like the thought of a pipe coming out into this room that he'd have to soften it around. So we got lucky, thanks to the framers, because they put long screws in here to secure the bottom plate of this wall, and one of those screws hit the radiant heat, and they had to come out and chip out the concrete. I'll put a picture of that in the B-roll, and fix that radiant tubing that was broken. Well, that picture allowed us to see where the footing was and where the styrofoam was, and we put a suction point here. So we cored the floor, and lo and behold, we found drain tile. And the drain tile guy said it's only on the exterior wall, so this isn't an exterior wall, it's crawl space behind us. So anyways, we got lucky. The suction point here on the drain tile allowed us to reach the sport court. So we ran this 2-inch line up and then back over and tied in with the rest of our main radon system. So I guess the moral of the story is, talk to the other contractors that worked on the job, because the homeowner didn't have pictures of this, and just because the plans are drawn a certain way, it doesn't mean that it's going to be constructed that way. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you are interested in any of the products that you see us use in our videos, those are always down in the description. And one other thing that I don't really mention that often is that we also offer consulting. So say you're a homeowner, or maybe you're a radon mitigator that has questions, or maybe need some help on something you're stumped on, feel free to reach out to us. Danielle will put a link to the consulting part of our website down in the description as well. And until next time, I'm Jesse with American Radon Mitigation. Thank you so much for watching.